Welcome back, everybody, to the Houma Bobcats Teambuilder Dynasty here on College Football 25. It is episode 2, and thus it is time to get right into the action with our very first game, our home opener against the Kent State Golden Flashes. Last episode, I gave us a preview of this roster entering our first year. It's not very good. We have Chase Freeman as our top middle linebacker, but he's also a senior. And then our second best player is a punter. But one guy that I forgot to mention was the fastest guy on the entire team, which is backup running back Keontae Tyson at 91 speed. He's only like 3 overall points lower than Spencer Strickland, so we got to get this guy involved in this game as well because he could be kind of a game-breaking player. He could give us some of those big plays that we're probably going to miss with most of these offensive players. Now, one thing that Tyson doesn't have is the safety valve physical ability. In fact, he has no current physical abilities that are currently activated. Strickland, though, has silver safety valve because of his 78 catching, so expect us to look his way on some of these third downs in this game and the rest of the season. And one last thing, almost all of our players that are currently at risk of transfer are worried about our coach prestige, which if we just win a couple of games and match our coaching contract, then that will go away for most of them. So if we can just win those 4 games this year, then expect these guys to stay on this team unless they're seniors. Before we hop in, these are the 5 uniforms that I have made for this Houma Bobcats team. Now, this helmet on the away helmets, it's actually green. It's going to work in the game, but it just kind of looks bugged here on the preview screen. But those are the away uniforms right there. Then we got the blackout uniforms. These might be my favorite of the entire bunch. These just look fantastic to me. Then we got the green outs with a white helmet, but you can also change the helmet, the jersey, the pants, the cleats for a mix and match of any of our uniforms. And then we finally have the orange uniform, which looks a lot like the Miami Hurricanes, but we won't use this one very often, but we'll still use at least one game with one of these uniforms at some point this season and every year going forward. Now, because we are using a team builder school here, we don't have any pre-game cinematics in pre-game, at least here at home. It should work on the road against teams like Michigan and stuff like that, but for us here in Cypress Grove, it's not going to happen. We're going to see the offense first. We'll start from our own 25-yard line. Out comes senior quarterback Tyler Olson again. Not a whole lot of throw power or deep accuracy. He'll be best on short and medium throws. That's going to be the game plan for us for this season. We start through the air, and that's Scooter Page for a first down. A gain of 18 yards, up to the 43. And now on the ground, Spencer Strickland finds a crease and moves the chains once again. We're just inside their 45, an RPO handoff to Strickland on the outside, a gain of 8. Second and shorts. In comes Keontae Tyson, already getting involved here on the first drive of the season. And now back to Strickland, but this time he's swallowed up for a loss of 2. Backed up to the 31-yard line. Olsen back to throw, and he's intercepted by Jalen Dotson. Not sure who the target was on this one. It was between Scooter Page and Javian Foreman. And Page was open up the seam. Olsen just missed him. And here's the replay. It looks like the target was actually Javian Foreman on that throw. And a mistake on the opening drive will give Kent State the rock. Tom Ulatowski throws it away on 1st and 10. They go 4 wide on 2nd down. This pass is broken up by Chase Freeman, a star middle linebacker. Long way to go on 3rd down for the Golden Flashes. This pass is hauled in on the outside by Krishan McCray. A really good back shoulder throw on the little comebacker. Now on the ground, Gavin Garcia turns his legs ahead for a gain of 8. Right back to him for a first down and much more, up to the 27-yard line here in Houma territory. In comes The backup, that is Kai Thomas, I believe, on the carry. And now, back to throw again. Time to deliver, but it's out of reach of his running back, Evan Garcia. That brings up another third down. Pressure coming. Pass caught, and there's a broken tackle. McCray for a first down and more up to the 11-yard line. And Kent State is moving inside the 10. This pass is caught for a touchdown, and Kent State strikes first. A Tyler Olsen pick leads to a touchdown for Sebastian Brown, the senior wideouts. Is playing some soft coverage over there in the end zone, and it leads to a score. The PAT is up and good. 3 and change to play here in this first quarter. Olsen dumps it off for Strickland, and he's tackled by the face mask. That's going to be a penalty, so tack on 15 yards to the end of that reception. And we set up shop at our own 48-yard line, just shy of midfield. Hand off to Strickland, up the middle, gain of 7. Pretty good blocking so far on the ground for these running backs. Second and short throw, and it's at the feet of Javian Foreman. Olsen missing some of these throws early on, showing off that poor accuracy. And now Strickland is tackled a yard shy. And the Houma offense stays out there in no man's land. And the give to Tyson is enough for a first down. RPO, it's a screen to Foreman. A short gain of 2 on that play. Sets up second down and long. Gonna keep it in the air. Pass is incomplete for Scott McClawler. And once again, Olsen had Foreman open, but just did not see him. Third and long, and Olsen is hit as he threw it. There's a late flag on the play, but this one is going to go against the offense. Holding on Kalen Franklin, and Kent State gets it back, leading by a touchdown. Garcia wrapped up on the outside by Taj Coles for a loss of 1. Now we'll end this first quarter. Some early mistakes by the Bobcats quarterback, and that has allowed Kent State to take a 7-0 lead. The ground game has been pretty effective. Passing game, not so much. Start of the second quarter on the ground. It's Garcia up to the 29-yard line to bring up third and shorts. Play action. And the pass is out of reach for his receiver. Just threw it behind him and too low. And Kent State gives it right back to the Bobcats, but they're going backwards on their first play. McClawler could not get turned around in time. They'll keep it through the air. Short throw. McClawler hangs on to this one. Third and long for the Houma offense. Olsen's pass is caught, and Page breaks one loose. He's got daylight ahead. One man to beat. He spins around him and is dragged down from behind at the 3. A huge 61-yard gain for Scooter Page. It's another one of those medium throws over the middle, and this time he turns on the afterburners and gets all the way in the red zone. First and goal, hand off to Strickland, downed inside the 1. At this stage, I think you go for it every time, no matter what, unless you go backwards. Cameron Teager, third stringer, comes in, but can't punch this one in. And now we got third and goal. Strickland back out there. He had a hole, but he missed it, and it's going to be fourth down with inches to go. And Houma once again stays out there on fourth and short, and this time they are in the end zone. Their first score in the history of the program, and it belongs to Spencer Strickland, the number 1 running back. And the junior gets us on the board. This game will surely be tied here. once the PAT is up and through. Here's a replay of this one. Just another simple inside zone handoff, and a hole opens up for him. The PAT from Ian Wells is up through the uprights, and we are tied at 7 points apiece. The Golden Flashes take over from their 16. Play fake on first down. That is hauled in by Isaiah Batten for a 20-yard pickup. Empty look on the next play. Ulatowski has time to throw. It's a deep shot. Broken up by Terrell Pace. Back to throw again. Setting up a screen, and Garcia loses 8 yards on the reception. Gotta just let that one go next time. Long way to go on third down. Ulatowski's pass is broken up in the secondary, and they will have to punt. Houma gets it back. Just over 3.5 to go in this first half. Strickland jets on the outside and finds plenty of room. And we are all the way into plus territory once again on the first play of this possession. Keontae Tyson checks in. He's got some room to run. 5 yards. On second down. Time to throw. But out of reach for Demetrius Williamson, who so far has had only that one target. From the 36, 3rd and 5, an RPO handoff, and Strickland is a yard short. And once again, the offense will stay out there on 4th and a yard to go, and they convert that one easily up to the 22. Under 2 to play now here in this first half. Pressure coming off the edge, and it's off the hands of a diving Scooter Page. Back to the ground. Strickland with a patient run. He battles his way up to the 12-yard line to bring up 3rd and inches. Tyson checks in. He's got the first down. Tackled at the 7-yard line. Now once again, it's 1st and goal for the Bobcats. Olsen is taken down, though it's a loss of 6. Sack made by John Jackson, the first of the game for Kent State. And now on 2nd and goal, going for a screen, but nothing opens up. Now we have 13 yards between us and the end zone on 3rd down. Olsen has McClawler, but he sails the pass out of reach. And we're going to settle for a field goal. It is up and good from Wells, but that just cost us 4 points. Look at that. Coach Finch loves the field goal make, but would have liked the touchdown a whole lot more. 34 seconds to play. Will Kent State try and move down the field for field goal range? They dump it off to Garcia first, and they will just let this clock go down all the way to 2 seconds, and the pass is incomplete. We go to halftime with Houma in the lead at 10-7. Had a couple of mistakes by our quarterback, could have played a whole lot better, but on the ground, we were fantastic. Strickland so far over 6.5 per carry, plus the touchdown. And we head to the second half, leading by 3, and Kent State will get the ball first. Return brought out from the shallow part of the end zone up to the 17-yard line. And they start with a 4-wide look on 1st and 10. Audible from Ulatowski. To the air. And it is caught by Luke Florea. His first grab of the game goes for 4 yards. And now a keeper for Ulatowski. He's dragged down by Nako Solomon. A big 3rd down right here. The pass is caught in traffic once again by Florea. And that one will move the chains for the Golden Flashes. Handoff to Garcia. And he finds a nice hole to gain 5 more yards. Back to throw, and that should have been a pick 6 for Terrell Pace. He just couldn't hang on. That is a house call waiting to happen, but he can't make the grab. That brings up 3rd and 5, and wide open. It's Florea for a big first down. And now Kent State trying to push the tempo here in this opening drive of the 3rd quarter. They hand it off. That's going to be only a gain of 4 for Kai Thomas, the backup running back. They'll stay in, but that's going to be a false start against the offense. Back them up by 5 yards. That brings up 2nd and 11. Delayed give on the draw, and Garcia has a nice pickup of 10. 1 yard to go. Thomas the carry, but he runs into his own lineman, and he's tackled for a loss of 2 by Jaden Bowie, the number 1 corner. They'll settle for a long field goal from about 50 or 51. It is up and good to tie things up. It's a great kick right there by Andrew Glass. They're tied at 10. Halfway through this 3rd quarter, Houma finally gets the ball, and immediately we find Demetrius Williamson up the seam for a nice 20-yard pickup. That's his first grab of the ball game. We'll keep it through the air, right back to him on the out route. Another first down. And off to Strickland. There's a hole to run. He makes a man miss and is spun down at the 24-yard line. 3 really nice plays to open this second half drive. Now the give to Tyson. He's got some good blocking. Another big chunk on the ground. He checks out. Through the air. And caught. That is Javian Foreman inside the 10. And 1st and goal once again for the Houma Bobcats. Going to jump back in front. Jet touch pass and room to run. It's a touchdown this time for Scooter Page. And Houma is back on top here in this one at Cypress Grove Stadium. Here's a replay of this one. Just a simple jet touch pass. Great blocking by these receivers. And there's nobody on the right side of the field when Scooter gets there. And Houma leads with the PAT 17-10. A 6-play, 75-yard drive to put us in the lead. Kent State starts on the ground. Garcia shoved down after a 5-yard gain. Most of their drives have started shy of the 20-yard line because of some poor kickoff returns. But that run will earn a first down for Garcia. Houma showing blitz. It backs off. The pass is caught by Krishan McCray for a first down. In this game so far, Ulatowski is 10 for 18 passing as we reach the 4th quarter. Houma in front. Nine minutes to go. First play, it is caught by Florea. Very busy here in this second half after no receptions there in the first half. Garcia the give. He's got some room to run after a first down. They are across midfield once again. Kai Thomas checks in, but that hole is plugged up by Kobe Garland. Flag down. That's going to be offsides despite the tackle in the backfield by Jarian Love. And this one is going to go against the defense. That'll bring up 2nd and 3 thanks to Taj Coles. Ulatowski's pass should have been picked again. This time it's Noah Collins Jr. dropping another would-be pick 6. A costly mistake there, but Jarian Love gets home on the very next play on a 6-yard sack to end this Kent State drive. It's So he makes up for the mistakes by our secondary, and the senior defensive tackle will end this possession. Houma takes over, just under 6.5 to play. Leading by 7, pass caught on the sideline by Strickland for a short gain. Second down, handoff, Strickland cuts it back inside and moves the sticks again. Now over 100 yards on the day on less than 15 carries. Olsen has good protection, but he sails the pass and it's picked off by Rocco Nickel. Williamson can't bring him down. It's a pick 6 for Kent State. He just overthrew it for a flat-footed, still receiver. Tyler Olsen, a huge mistake here in the fourth quarter. And that will allow the Golden Flashes to tie the game. Williamson had no chance to get to that one, and Rocco Nickel does the rest, breaking a tackle or two into the end zone. We should have had 2 of those, but Kent State gets the first pick 6 of the game. And they have tied things up with the glass PAT. Gotta make up for that pick right there. They go on the ground first, just trying to reestablish the run. Gain of 8 for Strickland. Continues to get great blocking from this interior offensive line. And once again, we stick with him on the grounds. Another first down run. He's now got 127 yards on 16 carries. And Tyson's not doing too bad for himself either. Up to the 50. And now we got 3 to go on second down. And there's room to run, but a flag is down on this second down run. It's going to be a hold. This one goes against DeMarcus Perkins, the right guard. From the 42, Olsen's pass is underthrown. He had Williamson. He beat his matchup, but Muhammad skies to deflect that pass. 3rd and long for Houma. Olsen taking down, and once again he had a receiver open, but he did not see him. And with 2:43 to play and a tie game, Kent State takes over. They start on the ground. Kai Thomas gains 9 on his first carry of the drive. Garcia back in on second down. This defense has to get a stop. That's a big tackle for a loss of 2. Off the edge, it's Taj Coles. 3rd and 3. Garcia wrapped up a yard short. A huge tackle to force a punt. And this is Jarian Love once again stepping up here in the second half. He takes down Garcia for a first down saving tackle, and Houma gets it back, and Strickland finds a hole on 1st and 10. Under 2 minutes to play. Can we drive down the field and walk this game off? Tyson gains 7 yards. Trying to drain some clock and just play this one safe. Pass caught by Scooter Page. And an injury timeout for Kent State will stop the clock here as well. Under 90 seconds left to play. Pass is incomplete for Scott McLawler. On the ground now, there's a hole. Strickland jets ahead. He gains 9. He has been absolutely great on the ground, thanks to, once again, a great offensive line performance. Tyson checks back in for a first down, and Kent State burns their first timeout. Under a minute to go. We keep it on the ground. Strickland finds a crease, and we're inside the 20-yard line. Approaching the end of the game. Outside give, more room to run. Out of bounds, though, that will stop the clock, and they can save their final timeout. 1 yard to go. Tyson will move the chains. And Kent State is now out of timeouts with 1st and goal coming up. In motion, it's Williamson. Jet touch pass, but he's going to be dropped for a loss of a couple yards. We hand it off. Strickland taken down at the 1-yard line again. And now we got 3rd and goal with the clock at 10. Wrapped up for a loss. We call timeout a little bit too early here. And with 9 seconds to go, the Ian Wells field goal is up and good. And Houma leads by 3. There's still a little bit of time left for the Golden Flashes, though. This game is not over. With 6 seconds to play, the kickoff return is brought out from the end zone, and that was not the right call. They lose 2 more seconds. And they also start 12-yard drive where they would have with the touchback. They got to go the entire length of the field. Last play of the game. Ulatowski scanning. He is sacked by Taj Coles. The game is over, and Houma comes out on top. We defend the den here in our first ever game as a football program, and we take down Kent State 20-17. The defense really stepped up in this game after a couple of offensive miscues, and the Houma Bobcats starts their dynasty 1-0. Player of the game, without a doubt, has got to be this guy right here, Spencer Strickland. 22 carries for 182 yards. And not to mention a couple of nice plays by Scooter Page, including one 61-yard gain. What a game. What a way to get your first win with this brand new college football program. Despite the 2 picks, Tyler Olsen had a couple of good moments, but that pick 6 is going to live rent-free in my head for the rest of his senior season, because that was just a complete miss that really changed how that 4th quarter was going to play out, made that one a whole lot more difficult than it had to be. But on the ground, both Strickland and Tyson were absolutely fantastic. Strickland just could not be stopped. He got some really good blocking and over 180 yards in his first game with the Houma Bobcats. Meanwhile, Keontae Tyson, 48 yards on that attempt. He showed off that speed a little bit. Coming out of the backfield, I thought he was fantastic in this game as well. And then, how about Scooter Page with that huge, 61-yard reception, 97 yards on 4 grabs. He was awesome. They tried to get Demetrius Williamson more involved there in that second half. Only went to him 3 times, but he still had an impact on that opening drive of the 3rd quarter for Houma. But got to get these receivers the ball more, I think. We only went to Scooter Page the most out of all of them, and that's got to improve. And Olsen has got to be better, man. He's just got to be better. On defense, though, we had a couple of sacks, one from Taj Coles to end that game. And how about Jarian Love? One, he had that big sack earlier in that second half, but he also had that huge tackle for loss in the 4th quarter to prevent that Gavin Garcia first down run. And that really gave us a chance to win this game. Coming out of that win, we have a recruiting update for 7 prospects. We are in the top 3 for Floyd Hatchett, but now Missouri is in the running for him too, and they are number 1 over us as of right now. The only 2 schools to offer him a scholarship to this point. We are top 5 for Damon Gallo, but we are outside of his top 3, with Ole Miss the leader of the pack over there. Now, what about Reggie Cole? We are still first place for him. We're going to keep targeting him because he is a gem 3-star tackle. Earl Stockton has us top 4, but right now we are just outside of his top 3 with some work to do. With Tremaine Moang, we are top 5, but Vanderbilt leads the pack there. And we are close to, I thought we were close to getting a commitment from J.R. Lehan, but still more work to do. We will definitely target him and try to secure a commitment here in a couple of weeks. And at left guard, Jalen Abiamiri has us as his #1 school. In the Sun Belt, it looks like we were one of about 6 teams to get a Week 1 victory alongside Appalachian State, Coastal Carolina, Louisiana, Marshall, and Texas State, while the rest of the teams fall to 0-1. We have 20 coaching points to use, and I definitely want to use at least 5 here on the Tier 2 for quarterbacks, which would give us bigger impacts on recruiting actions. And then, because we are looking at defensive players, especially we got to still look at corners and stuff, I definitely want to spend less time or less hours to fully scout those guys. And then probably defensive linemen too, because that is a concern for us, especially at defensive tackle. And we'll use the other 5 probably on the next level for the secondary, so that, you know, we can get a better or just get better odds of securing that commitment from J.R. Lehan. So talking about J.R. Lehan, we have only 185 hours to spend this week because we're using the rest on actions for some of these top 3-star recruits. We're still #1 in terms of influence, but that has gone down since last week. We're going to definitely probably just send the house and try and secure a commitment here soon. And we'll try and schedule a visit as soon as he narrows down his top 5 schools. We're going to remove these 2 actions, and we're going to replace those with send the house and just try and secure an early verbal commitment from him. Now, we know that 2 of his interests lie in 1, proximity to home and athletic facilities, so A and C. So if we eventually get the option to soft or hard sell, then we can at least have a good idea on 2 of his interests out of his 3, which will be useful for that. For tight end, LaShawn Gray, Georgia and Tennessee are right behind us, but no other schools have currently offered scholarships. And because we're in first place, I will add a couple of actions here for him. I'll probably use contact friends and family and try and get us further up the board in terms of the influence there. And hopefully we crack his top 8 and top 5 moving forward. Now for Damian Gallo. 3 of the schools have offered him, including one of the teams in our conference. I believe that is Southern Mississippi at #3 right there. And I'll add an action for him. We'll do DM the player. Now for Reggie Cole, because we're first place and we have sent the house, we know about his interests. He likes proximity to home, he likes coach prestige and athletic facilities, so we could currently give a soft sell or a hard sell. Now this would be the most influence if we pick the ideal pitch. And I think that we know what all 3 of them are. So we would have to get rid of send the house. So we'll get rid of that, and we'll add the hard sell option to get this gem right tackle. And the pitch right here is going to be coach's favorite, which covers all 3. So we're going to go ahead and choose this. We'll add 1 more action just to fill up the hours for him up to 50. And now this should earn us a pretty high influence moving forward for him. No other schools have offered Jason Gallimore a scholarship. And we know that a lot of these interests have been crossed out. So it's going to be championship contender, probably playing time, and then something else. But we can wait on him because no other schools have given us any other problems in terms of influence. We're going to crack his top 5, and we'll be #1 for him for quite some time, I think, for this 3-star quarterback. Excited to potentially get him in place of Tyler Olsen for sure. And some folks were talking about, could DJ Ruggins, this gem 3-star fullback, could he play running back? I mean, he could, but he's only got 71 carrying and 78 speed and a 67 ball carrier vision. Not really that great. And the acceleration is kind of lacking too, so he probably would not be a great running back, but we're still #1 for him with OS2 behind us. We're going to offer a scholarship to defensive tackle Fanau Soto, and hopefully that'll let us reach his top 5. He's probably a week or 2 away from doing that. We could surpass Duke, and I believe that's want to say Tulsa, or no, that's somebody else. But regardless, we will add an action for him. I'll choose to DM the player. I do want to finish scouting Devin Frazier, who could be a second option at safety in case we don't get Lehan. He's got 90 speed, but the zone coverage is kind of lacking. He's more of a hybrid safety with 74 man coverage, but could still be a really good player for us. I'll offer him a scholarship for now, as no other schools have done that yet. And then what about George Bush? Not George W. Bush, just George Bush. I'll scout him a little bit. And he's going to be a bust at 3-star. We'll probably focus on other areas first before him. We definitely got to scout some of these 1-star corners, so we can spend some hours on these guys. Alton Shed here, 81 speed, only 56 man coverage. He's more of a zone guy with just below 70. But these guys aren't going to be great at like anything pretty much because they're only 1-star recruits. The last thing we'll do is offer this center, Frank Bad News, who's currently at 60% scouted. We'll offer him a scholarship with our last 5 hours. That will do it, folks. What a start to this series. A very back-and-forth game at home. And we're going to return home to Cypress Grove Stadium in week 2 to face the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. We once again will have to defend the den. I will see you guys there. Thanks for watching as always. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, and leave your feedback down below. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and have a great day.